Come on!
Gameforce.
Okay guys, welcome back to a new episode of Gameforce. I'm Max.
And I'm James.
And today we're going to talk about three cool topics. We're going to talk about Cuphead, then Star Wars Battlefront II, and the newest release of Ubisoft, which is, but it's South Park. Yeah. So, about Cuphead, it came out a little while ago. If you haven't seen it, is this kind of cartoon-style 1920s Mickey Mouse kind of deal with idle animation that goes up and down forever. But it's really cool.
It's a type of a like 2D run and gun style game with lots of bosses, and it's basically focused on that.
Yeah, it's a boss run, right? Quite literally.
Yes, the bosses are significantly hard. Some of them are easier than others. Then again, it depends on how you're able to approach the bosses.
Yeah.
But
that's the thing, right? It's because it's all about basically in your 2D world, you play as this little man called Cuphead or Mugman, one or the other, and how to say? Basically, you jump around. It's more like a bullet hell kind of type of deal, and every boss has like at least 3 to 6 or 7 stages, and they're very creative in their originality, I would say.
Yes.
Like some bosses are just like completely crazy, like 2 toads that fight that then turn into a slot machine. Makes no sense, but it's a really fun game to play. And why is it such a big deal? And you've probably heard about it about now. Is because of the difficulty level of it, meaning that you can only take every mistakes count, and you can make up to 3 or 4, and then you start all over again, like the entire level. And that's why it's so hard, because bosses take forever to kill.
you can make your day easier by while you do some missions, some platform missions. You can collect coins that you can either upgrade your weapons or you can upgrade your health. So it's gonna take you a little bit more time before you die. And
yeah, so that's the thing. We have tight controls. You shoot with your hand, which is great. Like you just point and then there's things coming out of your hand. But it's a really fun game. It's really cute to look at. But don't be deceived at how hard it is simply because of the art style.
Yes, it's very cute. Sorry, cute, refreshing, and it brings an old-timer style.
Yeah, quite literally. It really is the old cartoon, and I think that was the point of it as well. It was in development for like at least a solid 2 years, and then everyone was hyped about it, and then it finally came out. It was only supposed to be a few bosses, but now they have a full world and narrative, and there's a cool story to it.
Yeah,
the only thing we have to say about this now is don't deal with the devil.
Don't deal with the devil.
Okay, so our next topic is Star Wars Battlefront II. Now, I haven't played or really seen the game. He has, though.
I did. To be honest, I played maybe half an hour total, and it was enough for me to. It was enough for me to have like a larger picture of what was going on.
So how does it compare to the first one? That's my main worry here, because the first one was a yeah. So how is it?
I loved the second one for very specific reasons. The first one being they brought back the Confederation, the robots, the CIS, the droids, which is kind of cool. The models, they just look fantastic. The weapons sound more, they feel and sound more impactful.
And
than the others.
Is there a point to them? Because I remember in the first one you could choose any weapon and it would actually not matter.
Well,
other than how accurate it was, you could still kill people really easily with any weapon, whether it was a pistol or whether it was a sniper or
There is a difference between the weapons, but the main feature that I would say between those two games was the class selection.
Okay.
So you can choose between the classes.
Are we thinking like old Star Wars
the OG Battlefront?
System?
Yes, you can.
Yes.
There are different ones, like there's a normal one, there's the heavy, that you can have a light machine gun and a shield, and still shoot the light machine gun, which is like pretty damn cool. There's another one, is an officer that you just like Torbjorn. You go around, you place a turret, and you
smack you with a hammer. And
exactly.
Oh yeah, now there's a new reload system. Much like the Gears of War one, where you have to time it properly for you to reload as fast as possible, but if you don't,
you're screwed.
You reload much slower.
Much slower, and it can be caught in very difficult situations. And unlike the first one, which is like an overheat system, it's not that.
Oh, okay.
It's real. It feels like it's a clip size type of weapon.
Okay.
But you have infinite bullets. You have no problem. Then again, you just need to reload at the perfect time to have a faster reload.
And I saw a bit of gameplay, just a bit though, but it really looked, compared to the first one, it looked absolutely chaotic. Meaning, when you jumped in the game, there was action everywhere around you, and that felt like a war, like what it would be.
Feels like a war zone, exactly. And not only that, but from like the only map that you'd be able to play.
Yeah, for now it's Naboo, right?
Naboo, which, God bless.
It's a great map.
It's a great map. It's mission based, a bit like Battlefield 1, where there's an MTT.
MTT is the Confederation. You know, the thing that opens up and then just droids comes out.
They'll deploy droids. Well, the first objective kinda is to destroy the MTT. If you fail that, you need to.
You have special weapons for that, right? Like you can find them on the map and everything. How does it work?
You can. You can also have like starfighters, and again, which is a bit like the very first one. Even like the one from a couple of years ago, where there are ground troops and you can fight. You can dogfight.
Okay. So there's vehicles as well, like the original.
There are some vehicles.
Okay. All right. That's pretty cool. So just by simply looking at it, we can tell there's a major improvement on the first one, and looking forward to it. Now it's just in beta, so it's not out yet, but very soon. And finally, for our final topic, redundancy, we're talking about South Park, the newest release. It's coming out on October 17th, which is tomorrow for us. And I can't wait. I looked a bit at the gameplay. It's exactly what you expect from South Park. We're talking about terrible and awful jokes, and straight from the get-go, even when your character creation, it's terrible. It's terrible if you can't handle it, but it's South Park humor.
Very edgy humor. Racism all the way.
Everything that is South Park at its worst or best, depending on what kind of humor you like. But what did change compared to the first one, which was, I don't remember the name of the first game now.
Was the Stick of Truth.
Yeah, the Stick of Truth is the combat system, which has actually been updated. In the original one, we were talking about original JRPG kind of battle, where it's one side and then it's the other side, and you know, back and forth. But now you can actually move around the grid and the battlefield, so that you can position yourself at the perfect spot for you to be in a strategic advantage, which is nice.
And you don't have any movement limits, so that means like if you're like on one side of the grid, you can go to the other side and do an attack, and you'll be totally fine with it.
And again, unlike the original one, Stick of Truth, instead of being a role-play fantasy like Dungeons and Dragons type, we're talking about superheroes.
Yes.
So when you choose your classes from the get-go, you're gonna have, I think it's Brawler, then we have Blaster and Speedster, and between those three classes you can have different powers, and it's really intricate, and you choose your outfits, and it's just as crazy as South Park gets.
Oh, and there's like the weaknesses and the advantages,
yeah, for sure,
so on and so forth. It's fully customizable.
It's really fun, and again, you get to revisit good old South Park in its entire glory, or not quite so glory, but it's really fun to play.
Always fun.
It's really fun to look at, and of course, Ubisoft made an amazing job at the game. Anyway, that was all for us. Thank you for listening in. That was this episode of Gameforce. I'm Max.
And I'm James.
And we'll see you guys all the next time. So please don't forget, comment if you have anything you want to see, talk about, or see us complain about or debate. Smash the like button, and we'll see you guys next time. Ciao.